So I asked the question and said, how many women would still be mothers if they didn't get food stamps or any types of benefits like that?
A woman will be in love with a man for 3 years and wake up on a random Sunday and say, fuck that man and mean it.
Okay, so I'm gonna say something cringe that I probably should not say, and I'll probably end up just deleting this video. But I'm gonna just keep it all the way real. This whole drizzle thing that y'all are trying to do, men, is as a response to women who are following Shiro 7 and doing the whole sprinkle, getting money from a man thing, whether if it's right or wrong. I'm gonna tell y'all the reason why this does not work for y'all. Drizzle, asking women for money, asking women to give you princess treatment the same way that women request princess treatment from you, it's not gonna work for you. And I'm gonna tell you why. You inherently by nature as a man don't have anything that a woman wants. I'm sorry, I gotta say it. You don't have anything, you're not born with your worth. You have to earn your worth as a man, okay?
All right, y'all, a little bit of house cleaning before we get started. For those who have been rocking with me from day one, I appreciate the support. For those who may be new here, coming in or out the door for me, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, get it cracking in the comments. Every bit of your engagement absolutely helps promote me into the YouTube algorithm. I thank y'all for the support. Now, let's get to it. Drop the video. Let's go.
So I asked the question and said, how many women would still be mothers if they didn't get food stamps or any types of benefits like that? And then other people say, oh, well, if we do this for our kids and we do that for our kids and yada, yada, yada. I'm not bashing women who get that type of help when you fall on hard times and all of that stuff. I'm bashing the women who just live off of it, who just really just run around having kids carelessly, don't know what they doing, don't know who they screwing, don't know nothing, but really only doing it because of the extra benefits that they get. That's what I'm talking about. So next time you stitch a video, just tell me, do you fit that category? And if you don't fit it, then what you stitching me for? Only the guilty will be offended here.
Look, let me say this. She's absolutely correct. But let me preference this. Are there women that need temporary assistance from the welfare system? Sure, absolutely. There are women who are hardworking that need a little help. And I think that as a society, the social program to actually help keep women and children from being impoverished or out there struggling and homeless is an absolute essential. Now, with that being said, I also believe there should be a cap to welfare. Why? Because I grew up in the hood and I've seen this from my own eyes and from my own experience, anecdotally as it may be. There are women who are staunchly entrenched on generational welfare. You got the great grandmother, the grandmother, the mother, and the daughter that are now welfare recipients. It's a generational thing. They're simply living off the teat of the government. And I firmly believe the welfare system needs to be reformed because we cannot have generations upon generations of women on welfare simply because they don't want to be productive citizens. We cannot have this continue in this country. It'll bankrupt us. And I'm not tone deaf by any stretch of the imagination to believe that this is solely a black woman's problem, which I know it's not, because there are more whites on welfare than there are black women. And as a matter of fact, poor farmers and typically white folks in the South or in the Rust Belt areas are heavily stuck to the teat of welfare. I'm aware of this, so I don't need anyone to come over in these comments acting as if I think this is solely or wholeheartedly a black woman's issue. But since I am black and this creator appears to be black, we're going to keep it within that realm. There are women, black women in particular, who use the welfare system as a means of income perpetually until they're put 6 feet under. We cannot have this go on. We have to have caps to this, and we have to give it to those who actually need it, because those who don't need it, who don't want to be productive, are actually siphoning away money from those who do need it. And in that instance, the welfare system really needs to be reformed so we can get the help to those who actually need it from those who don't, who are just abusing the system and taking advantage of the system. I'm not going to sit up here and feign that there are not women who actually need this assistance, because there are, and they need to receive that assistance, but it has to be capped. You have to be showing a progressive effort to get off of welfare and to become a productive person on your own, because you have to learn to adult on your own. And because you lay up and become a single mother doesn't mean the rest of us foot the bill for your mistakes and for your poor decisions. Let's go to the next one.
A woman will be in love with a man for 3 years and wake up on a random Sunday and say, fuck that man, and mean it. And I love that for us. I love being a woman.
I hope you do love it, because you'll be the exact same woman in a couple of years that'll get back on social media claiming that there are no good men and that men don't want to be in relationships. Listen to me when I tell y'all this. If these women tell you they don't want to be married, they don't take relationships seriously, they want to be promiscuous, they want to be for the streets, believe them. Don't try to change them. Don't try to convert them. Don't try to give them information to lead them from being astray. Allow them to be this way, because they are thriving in this ignorance. They'll make these posts where they'll celebrate their debauchery. They'll celebrate the fact that they can get up one day because of their emotions swaying like the wind and decide to leave a completely healthy relationship because she's bored, because she's unhappy with herself, because a lot of this unhappiness that these women experience comes from within. It has nothing to do with the relationship. And no one is responsible for your happiness. You're responsible for your own happiness. And if you're tailgating onto someone so they can keep you perpetually happy, it's a failing mission. No one can make another person happy. You have to be happy within yourself. And a lot of times these women are showing you that they're dysfunctional, they're unhappy, they're unhealthy. And if I were you, if I was a guy in her age range or in her dating pool, in her city or in her state, I would look at this video and I would pass this along to every other eligible man I know who's single. And I would tell them to stay the hell away from her, because she is a demon and she's definitely on demon time. Go to the next one.
I wonder if you think what I'm about to tell you is a coincidence, that Black women are the most educated demographic in America and we get married less.
That's not synonymous with intelligence, because you get married less, because you don't value marriage, because you're not raised to be wives. That is what is going on. It has nothing to do with your educational level, because education isn't synonymous with intelligence. Yeah, you can go and sit down for 4 years or 6 years or 8 years and receive education from an institution, but that doesn't mean you have intelligence. That simply means you are disciplined enough to be trained in a specialized degree or a general studies degree. Doesn't mean that you're intelligent. And by you saying this, lets me know that your education doesn't reflect intelligence, because instead of you looking at this as an issue, well, why are we educated but yet we're the least married, or we don't take marriage serious? That should be a question in your head, not something to celebrate as if this some type of flex because you're the most educated. And you're not the most educated, by the way. You're the most enrolled during a certain period of time when that study came out, because that study isn't reflective of what's going on right now. You were the most enrolled and you had the most I think bachelor degrees at a snapshot in time for a particular time frame. That doesn't mean overall, and it's continuing and it's perpetual. So let's get away from that narrative, because that is absolutely not the truth. But ma'am, to sit up here and act like it's a flex that you can be the most educated group and the least married, it reflects wholeheartedly on the fact that there's something wrong here. Because if you're educated and you're going to school with men who are receiving the same education you are, and you still choose not to partner up with those men and get married, that's a reflection of your poor decision making and not intelligence. Go to the next one.
Okay, so I'm going to say something cringe that I probably should not say, and I'll probably end up just deleting this video. But I'm going to just keep it all the way real. This whole drizzle thing that y'all are trying to do, men, is as a response to women who are following Shiro 7 and doing the whole sprinkle, getting money from a man thing, whether if it's right or wrong. I'm going to tell y'all the reason why this does not work for y'all. Drizzle, asking women for money, asking women to give you princess treatment the same way that women request princess treatment from you, it's not going to work for you. And I'm going to tell you why. You inherently by nature as a man don't have anything that a woman wants. I'm sorry. I gotta say it. You don't have anything. You're not born with your worth. You have to earn your worth as a man. Okay. And this is just coming from a woman, right? That I'm a woman, and I'm telling you guys the elephant in the room that nobody wants to tell y'all. Your penis is just, for us, it's not valuable. It's just not that great. I don't care how big it is, how wide it is. It's just, it ain't worth us paying for. It's not worth us spending no money on it. Okay? It's not like how men see women, where men will pay for sex and men will pay to get the PUSSY, and they want to do all these things and give a woman the princess treatment because that's what really the end goal is, to get to the cat. Okay? For us, you requesting princess treatment from us and you don't have anything we want. I'm sorry, but I gotta say that it's the sex is not that great. Yes, we have to pretend like it's great, like we love it so much because we do it for you. But for us, it just ain't that valuable. It's not that good. So no, drizzle, request asking women for money, asking women to pay for the first date, asking women to do, it's not gonna work out for you in your favor. Because guess what? At the end of the day, the woman is gonna be like, oh, if I'm doing all this, I don't want to have sex with him. I don't want to do nothing with him. Ugh. I don't want nothing to do with that. Why is she saying that? Did you ever think about why? Because it's not that good. And they don't want to do it anyway. Sex is for you, not for us. So, no. It's not the same thing. Drizzle don't work. Flush it down the toilet. It don't work.
What a debaucherous, bitter bitch to reduce people down to their sexuality as worth. See, I know that you have a sick mind because you think the only value men possess is in their penis, right? And the only value that women possess is in their box, their vajayjay. So here's the thing, right? When I hear a woman of her big age speaking like this, I only think of one thing. She couldn't maintain or keep a relationship, because only a bitter woman who cannot operate functionally in a relationship will have this type of take, because men have value. Now, granted, the saying is men earn their value. They're not born with it. Is in relationship into relation of women being born with inherent value of reproduction. That's all that means. And for you to sit up here and act as if men absolutely have no value to women lets me know that you're staunchly entrenched in feminism, for one. And for two, this is the reason why you're the least married, the most divorced, and the least desirable. Because you say stupid shit like this. Men provide more than sex to women, ma'am. And men expect more than sex from women. The whole drizzle movement was about reciprocity and making satire and parody of the sprinkle, Shira 7 finesse movement, right? It was men making fun of it, saying that men expect reciprocity and the demands that's coming from the finesse crowd are utterly ridiculous. That's what drizzle was about. It was not about women giving men money and being treated like a princess. See, that's the problem with you sycophants. You think that reciprocity means treating men like women. No, because men have value that women don't have, and women have value that men don't have. And we are vastly different from one another, and we actually, in a symbiotic way, get certain and different things from each other that the other gender provides. And it's more to do with than just sex. Only a debaucherous, trifling heifer like yourself think it stops at sex. Yes, men get into relationships with women for sex. Yes, but we also get in relationships with women for companionship, for support, for a consort of when I'm having a little trouble making difficult decisions, someone to sit me down and maybe give me a perspective that I didn't think of. See, these are healthy things that when people are healthy and they get together into a relationship, they can give one another. They can bounce off one another. Men provide, provide provisioning, protection, leadership, foresight, the intangible things outside of the bedroom. And for a woman of your age to think that this stuff only reflects in the bedroom activities is sad. And I see why a lot of young women nowadays don't have direction and leadership from elder women, because this is the dumb shit y'all say. And you're supposed to be a leader of the young. And you have this miserable, messy take on the drizzle drizzle movement, which is nothing more than parody. And the fact that you couldn't recognize it as parody speaks to your low level of intelligence and the level that you vibrate on. You're a sad, sick, elder woman who cannot project any wisdom to the youth other than misery, bitterness, loneliness, and how to buy cat food or dog food for your cats or your dogs. I can't stand women like this. And I don't know her on a personal level, but this is the shit I'm talking about, where we have a cancer in the black community that will never get past as long as you have people who are supposed to be elders speaking from such an ass backwards perspective with a messy, just debaucherous take to reduce people down to their sexuality. Girl, get your ass on somewhere.
This shit good as fuck. You paying for this?
Why would I do that?
This is the problem with niggas now. They just so motherfucking broke and so motherfucking sassy. They just want to be in their princess era. It's cool. Broke ass.
I don't even know you.
Hilarious, man. Look, I know this is parody meant to mock reality, but it's funny as hell to me because in a lot of inferences, this actually is true. Like, a lot of women expect men who they have no vested interest in, who they are not in a relationship with, to go on a date with them and just spend all this money on them. They don't even really know this guy or have any intentions on knowing this man. It's just spend. And if you can't spend at my beck and call, then you're broke. Then you're a dusty. And I know this was meant to make fun. Trust me, I know it's a skit. But in some sense of the aspects of watching this, you have to agree that, I mean, this shit really does in some way mirror reality. The unrealistic expectations some women have, not all, some women have in the dating market. And this is one of those glaring indictments of you women having audacity beyond reproach. Like, you expect men to just do things for you because you have box. And ladies, let me be the first one to tell you, your box is no different than anybody else's. All women are born with box. And if you place so much value in that box to get you what you want or your pretty privilege, it has an expiration date and it's gonna run out. And you're going to have a time where you cannot wow or influence men with your feminine prowess. They're gonna not fall for it and they're gonna stop taking the bait. So I would really suggest to a lot of women, and I know this is sad to say, but I'm going to say it anyhow. Develop a personality, be kind, be generous, and just be freaking nice. And you'll get a lot of things that you're requesting from men by simply being a decent person. Right? That's all you have to be, ladies. Just decent. Be kind and respectful. And be loyal. And don't be promiscuous. Don't be out in these streets being debaucherous deviants. That's all I got, man. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Get it cracking in the comments. I'll see y'all in the credits. 2 fingers. Peace. I'm out. Catch y'all on the next one. Silly as hell.
Like Jesus.